It is way too early in the morning doing the crap like this. But at any rate, we got all the gear in the truck. Just got the backpack and obviously the camera to pack up yet. I'll see you in the tree. Oh, I need coffee. The plan worked absolutely perfectly. I could not have asked for a better plan, except I didn't do my part of the plan. As you can see, I'm on this old, we probably could tell from the footage, I'm on an old logging road that goes back out, much like a lot of western and central western Pennsylvania. It's power line right-of-ways and gas well roads and whatnot on our public lands. And that's what's out here. That power line right-of-way is probably about 70 yards, less than that, maybe 60, 50, 60 yards from where I'm standing right now in the tree. And I wanted to be able to kind of glass into that and watch that because it's overcast today. It's pretty wet. It's cold. It was 41 when I got out of the truck. And I wanted to be able to see if, a buck was going to get out of the bed in that power line right-of-way. It's really grown up. But in case you didn't just hear that, we've got acorns raining. And this is a little patch of white oaks. I'm sitting in a big red. I'm actually quite exposed. It's not the type of sit I would like to be in. But since this is my first sit of the year, I kind of wanted it to be observational as well. Well, I had that doe and that fawn come down here along this lip of this ridge before it dumps down into the creek bottom. And I historically know there's a big red oak right there. Well, I thought these whites that are right here in front of me, the wind is perfect coming this way. Milkweed I've been dropping on where it's been going great. I was really kind of hoping the deer would filter down from in front of me, which is what those two deer did. Be unaware of my presence because the wind's coming from their backs and into my face. And they would come out into these white oaks here in front of me. There's not a whole lot of acorns, but there's enough, and there's some scat on the logging road where some of them are dropping. So I really was hoping that they would kind of make a left turn and come up here and give me a freaking 15-yard shot. But that didn't happen. Probably around 7:30, so we got a lot of time to sit here. Like I said, with how cold it is this morning, it's very overcast. I expect deer to be moving up until 10:30 through this dense timber. It looks really open right here because the logging road, but most of it's very close canopy and much cooler. We got turkeys gobbling across the river. Apparently they don't know it's October. Well, not super unsurprisingly, but we haven't had anything else move through. It's 10 o'clock right now. And it's been pretty chilly. That moisture in the air really sucked a lot of the heat out of me. I was kind of surprised. Still in the mid-40s. At least the sun's up. It's warming up. I'm gonna start getting packed up, head out. Before I do, though, I'm definitely gonna go over to where that doe and fawn went down. I'm assuming that big red oak. I want to check acorns, and it sounded like just in general, all up along this ridge before it dumps down into the creek bottom, it sounds like there's some other trees that are dropping acorns. It sounded like it was, big stuff hitting the ground, hitting leaf litter or leaf foliage before it hit the ground. That's kind of a south-facing slope, but so I'm not getting too loud right now, because it very well could be that there are deer bedded there right now. Saw a whole bunch of squirrels, both behind me, side and front, collecting acorns, stuffing their cheeks and everything, so I know there's good acorns in and around here, obviously. Should have just stuck with my gut and used that extra 20, 30 yards down. We'd be standing over backstraps right now. But we're not. So, make game plan for tonight. Go home and have some lunch first, though. I'm really struggling with the sky is brighter than my face thing. It's driving me nuts. Sit number 2, opening Saturday. There's a lot of public land like there was this morning that's surrounded by gas well roads, or is, cut with gas well roads or logging roads, and this is no exception when it comes to logging. But you can probably hear the road noise. There's a lot of public land, at least in my area of the state, that's cut off by massive roads, interstates, very quick 2-lane highway type deals. So there's a lot of cut high walls into the topography, and that's what we have over here. This is an old logging bench that circumnavigates with a big steep high wall, so there's no access. There's only one parking lot. There's a lot of public around me that only has 1, maybe 2 access points on hundreds of acres. And so you have to hike all the way through from the parking lot all the way to this back corner for this old logging road. And I'll turn the camera around and show you, but there's turkey scratching all through here, and there's a bunch of beautiful red oaks. I'm in one right now, but it doesn't look like it's dropping anything substantial, but there's 2 or 3 that are over here, and then there's a massive one just up this hill here. I'm at the end of the point, and I'm out just to shoot a doe. That's all I'm out here for, but if a buck walks through, that's great. I can kind of see down into the bottom a little bit. I didn't bring my binos today. I didn't know what I was getting into, and I knew I had to hike back in here. I didn't feel like monkeying around with a whole bunch of equipment I didn't need. But we're set up, we're comfy. Brought some mid-weight layers tonight. It's supposed to be in the mid-low 60s. It's already cooling off a lot than when I was walking in. They said it was 72 when I left the house. There's no way it's in the 60s or 70s or high 60s. I'll bet you it's like 65 or cooler right now. And we probably still have about 2 hours till, an hour and a half until deer movement starts getting nasty. So now it's just a waiting game. 5:12. Got about 2 hours left until full sunset. So hopefully something comes in earlier than that. I hate blood tracking in the dark. Basically sums up day 1. B-roll and no deer. I'd say I'd be back at 'em tomorrow, but this is Pennsylvania. You can't hunt on Sundays. Long story short on this one is we are heading to probably the easiest access piece of public that I have close to me. It's 5:09 right now. It gets dark around 7. We're gonna head down into a creek bottom that's right pretty close to a road, but we have a good bit of a hike to get in there. An easy hike, but still one of these whole like gas well, power line right-of-way deals. So
Little after work spot. It's a balmy 73 degrees right now, so I am already sweating. We haven't even gotten out of the truck. So I will see you in the tree. Got this big power line. Gas will right away. We're heading off. Down into the deep nasty. It's a good sign. This little maple's the tree for me. Up we go. Well, sit number 3 for the year. Again, another one of these little spots that's hopefully a little bit cooler. Get thermals dropping down. We still have a road right over here. We have a nice creek bottom right here. Again, it's not easy access. You know, there's a road over here, but to a gas well. Look how thick this is in here. I mean, just, you can't tell me that that's not thick nasty. So I pretty much have an opening down in here. And then in behind me here, I can shoot. This isn't my first go around to this spot. I have sat here, but in the late season. There are a few oak trees down here. Nothing to really write home about though. But maybe, just maybe, we can get some deer follow on. It's much cooler down here. It's still not. It's just in the low 70s today, which is pretty hot here for this second week of October. And hopefully, deer will be moving down here. I wore my Huntworth hoodie because the mosquitoes are gonna be gross. I'm also trying out a new release. I reached out to Hot Shot Releases out of Missouri. I said, hey, I really like the look of your swept back trigger on your impetus, the hook release. I said, hey, do you mind if I try that out? They said, sure. It arrived today. So I shot a few arrows with it. Everything felt really good. Adjusted the tension on a little bit. So we're gonna get it strapped up here, and if we shoot a deer, hopefully a doe. The Nashville buck came through, but if we shoot a deer wearing this release, I will be tickled. So it's probably close to about 5:45 right now. I'm just gonna sit back and wait. There's probably no way you caught him. I had a red fox. He came through pretty quick. I've been dropping fluff. Supposed to have a southeast wind today. And pretty much it's coming dead nuts northwest, the total opposite direction. It's pulling right into that thick stuff. Sometimes it's dropping straight down. And a couple of times when the wind totally settles, the thermals are sucking exactly the direction I want them to go. We still have probably a solid half hour, if not a little bit, 40 minutes, until the end of legal. So hopefully that wind will totally settle. Big commotion behind me. Oh, I can't see it. I guess we'll get after him tomorrow morning. See you then. When I left the house this morning, there was a 10% chance of rain. I have been rained on twice, the second time pretty significantly. I've seen one squirrel. Like, I don't mind hunting in the rain. Except now that I have camera gear, but what I do mind is now everything is soaked. And now it's like this huge process to air everything out, get everything dry this afternoon. It's super frustrating. That was really odd. I've been expecting deer to come down into the bottom. Well, that deer came up out of the bottom. Looked like a really little doe. Definitely nothing to write home about. I don't think I would have shot her if she came to the range. Yeah, she came out. She didn't even come up the trail. She came off at like a tertiary trail. It was just a weird encounter all by herself. It almost looked like a big fawn, but it's too early in the year for a fawn to be that big out here. But that's good. I really thought I'd get skunk this morning. I don't think I got any footage of her, unfortunately. She's just down. She stayed down over the lip. She kept looking behind her down into the bottom, but nothing else came up with her. I thought maybe it'd be a bigger doe. She really did catch me by surprise because I didn't think I'd see any deer come up out of the bottom this morning. So it's about 8:30. The wind's been really wishy-washy. Back and forth, back and forth. Back at it. Yet another day of disappointment. I really thought I was going to be in them today. The wind now, the day winds are really good, but it's 10 o'clock. I haven't seen anything since about, 8:30. Just really frustrating when you have limited days to hunt, you don't even see stuff. I'm sure you guys can all relate. Particularly in Pennsylvania, we only get Saturdays on weekends, can't hunt Sundays in PA. Pack up the 40,000 pounds of gear. Get back to the truck, go home. How do you like that for biting to the tree? These leaves are pretty. That's what I'm talking about. These huge power line right-of-ways, big gas pole right-of-ways. Just absent. I mean, look at the topography. I mean, I know GoPro's not going to do it justice, but just look at beautiful, beautiful country. This view back here, cannot deny that's pretty beautiful. There's deer scat all through this. It's relatively fresh too. And actually, here's a very, very fresh shotgun shell. That's very fresh. It's not even tarnished yet. That would be obviously a big tip.
deer aren't moving. Usually in this place, even with no white oak acorns, I see more deer than what we've been seeing the past 2 sets. Usually I'll sit there and see deer 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 7:38 and they're done. Wow, if we got small game hunters in here, upland bird hunters in here, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Dadgum. Well, anyways, that wraps up week 1, or at least the first full week 1. Can't get out tonight. I have other commitments here. It's the second Saturday. I've yet to bump into another person, so I don't know if they know something I don't. But a lot of these places, I mean, these are easy access places, you know, the simple stuff, my doe killing spots, if you will. But whatever. Hope you're able to get outside yourself, enjoy the sport of archery and archery hunting. So choose. Definitely enjoy God's beautiful creation, even if you get a little rained on. I'm gonna go out and dry out my stuff. See you next time.